right now on Up with KREM.
Childcare should never be taken for granted.
Our Boomtown Week continues. Childcare facilities in Idaho are trying to keep up with the rising population. This morning, a look at the demand for childcare.
And we could see our first chance at snow showers this weekend. I'll have your full forecast and let you know what to expect.
Plus, today is Tom's Turkey Drive at Starbucks Day. In just a few moments, our Laura Papetti will join us to tell us how buying a cup of coffee today can help local families.
Up with KREM begins now.
Good morning and thank you for joining us here on Up with KREM. I'm Tim Pham. We also want to welcome you if you're watching us on KREM 2+. KREM 2's Laura Papetti is joining us live this morning from Post Falls because today is Tom's Turkey Drive Day at Starbucks. Good morning, Laura. Tell us more about it.
Well, good morning to you and to everyone out there. It's a great day for Tom's Turkey Drive because today is Tom's Turkey Drive at Starbucks Day. And what that means is if you go to your favorite Starbucks, freestanding Starbucks, Eastern Washington, North Idaho, between 3 o'clock and 5 o'clock this afternoon and order your favorite coffee drink, all the proceeds go to support Tom's Turkey Drive in the fight against hunger. So you get a great treat and you pay it forward to someone else by providing some money to go towards Thanksgiving dinner. We'll have all the details coming up.
All right, Laura, thank you. We'll check back in with you in just a little bit. Now we want to prepare you as you head out the door this morning. Brandon T. Joan is here in for meteorologist Thomas Patrick to tell us more about a potentially soggy weekend. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Tim, and that's exactly right. Today we're going to be looking at pretty calm conditions. Not a bad day to go into the weekend. You will maybe see some patchy fog, some patchy morning fog as you head out for your commute this morning. That all really just depends on where you're located. There is going to be a possible chance of some snow showers this weekend as well. So we'll talk about that and a soggy Sunday coming up in your full forecast.
Here's a live look at the traffic impact this morning of I-90 and Freya. Right now, traffic is moving nice and smoothly in this area. We do keep a close eye on our cameras throughout our traffic network so you know what it looks like before you head out the door. On Up with KREM, we bring you weather and traffic together every 30 minutes. In our ongoing Boomtown coverage, we are tracking the growth in our region. But as KREM 2's Cody Proctor found out, one thing not growing, the number of childcare options in Idaho.
At Hayden's Kinder Prep Learning Center, the kids aren't just building block towers.
What are you making, Adrian? Is that you?
They're building a foundation for the rest of their lives. Helping them out are Kinder Prep owner Erica Starkey and her staff.
They're our second family. These kids are with us 8 to 10 hours a day.
Hours filled with fun, from drawing to reading.
It's total hogwash, grunted Pig.
But while there are plenty of books here for the kids, the same can't be said for the number of childcare facilities across Idaho.
Childcare should never be taken for granted.
According to the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare, more than 100 childcare facilities, part of their Idaho Child Care Program, or ICCP, closed across the Gem State between 2019 and last year. The reasons run the gamut, according to the state, including rent increases, increased or unsustainable operating costs, retirement, and trouble keeping staff. Starkey suspects the pandemic also played a part.
Yeah, I would definitely say that COVID took its hit. A few childcare programs didn't make it through, and some said it was easier to just walk away instead of going into debt trying to keep the program open.
Meanwhile, North Idaho's growing rapidly, with more people moving in and needing childcare.
I would say at least 60% of my clientele isn't from here.
The demand for childcare is why Starkey says they built and opened their new, larger facility, an upgrade from their previous building.
We hear quite often that they've called everybody, they're on a bunch of waiting lists, and it's that domino effect where everybody's looking for the same spots.
Over in Post Falls,
on this side of the building, we have our 3-4 preschool program and our 4-5 pre-K programs.
Shannon Vandiver runs a place for kids. She's also seeing the demand, especially for infant care. Right now, she has 18 names on her waiting list. The most she's ever seen reached 25.
Most of them come on the wait list before they're even born.
and they'll be on the wait list until they either find other care or sometimes until they're two.
Vandiver says she's made adjustments to try to fit more families into her program. While she admits she could have more kids at the facility, Vandiver intentionally keeps the number of enrolled children smaller.
I'd love to make it bigger, but I also know that I personally can only handle so much stress. One
thing not helping, Health and Welfare's temporary pause for ICCP enrollment due to a projected budget shortfall of about $15 million. The program's meant to help families by paying for a portion of childcare. The pause started back in August. Since then, Starkey says she's seen about 6 or 7 kids leave kinder prep because of it.
We see some families leaving so that mom can stay home with the babies because they're not getting the help that they need, and that has been provided over the years.
On Thursday, Health and Welfare announced they're ending the pause in mid-January. Meanwhile, Starkey's optimistic about one thing. The more people move to North Idaho, the more potential talent comes in. The first step often starts with a mom dropping off their child.
And then they see how much fun we're having and what we do here, and all of a sudden they want a little taste, right? They're like, hey, can I come volunteer?
So while North Idaho's childcare shortage isn't going anywhere anytime soon, there's still work being done to help these kids build strong foundations for the future.
Show your friends how to build the best tower.
In Kootenai County, Cody Proctor, KREM 2 News.
You can watch all of our Boomtown coverage streaming right now on KREM 2 Plus. It's free to download on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV. It is just about 6:07. Let's take a look at today's top stories. Public health officials are sounding the alarm after a surge in cases of whooping cough. The Panhandle Health District confirmed there are 278 whooping cough cases as of Tuesday, which is a drastic difference than the 26 cases combined from 2020 to 2023.
Changed post-COVID in terms of we just have seen major changes in a lot of things like strep throat and things like that, and how those are spreading in the population and just patterns that we've never seen before.
The Spokane Regional Health District says getting booster shots is important. They expect whooping cough to stick around the region for the next 6 to 9 months. This morning, Boeing is issuing layoff notices for employees as a part of its move to cut 10% of its workforce, which is about 17,000 employees. Boeing announced these layoffs last month. It says January 2nd is the deadline for those impacted to complete layoff documents, and those laid off will leave the company on January 17th. Some saying they were surprised to receive their notice.
You know, in the back of my mind, I'm like, crap, it could be me, but I didn't legitimately think it would be because we have 2 newbies in our group.
At this time, no notices have been issued for the Moses Lake Boeing factory, but we will continue to monitor if any are filed in the days ahead. An update this morning, the Spokane County Medical Examiner has identified the man shot and killed in East Central last weekend. 71-year-old Donald Gunstrom died from multiple gunshot wounds and blunt force injuries. Investigators ruling it as a homicide. At this hour, no arrests have been made. Police do not believe the shooting was random and there is no danger to the community. That's a look at this morning's top stories.
And we should start seeing the sun begin to rise here within the next half hour or so. But as for now, we're taking a live look over Riverfront Park. Beautiful evening, beautiful early morning hours, and we're getting a full moon tonight. As for the current temperatures, we're looking at 34 degrees, calm conditions in terms of the wind. This is going to be a very pleasant day compared to what we'll be experiencing this weekend. We'll talk about a soggy Sunday ahead of us and get into your full forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
In 3 minutes, we're checking back in with our Laura Papetti as she is brewing things up in Post Falls as she prepares for Tom's Turkey Drive Day at Starbucks.